Safety when handling machine tools. Using hand tools safely is essential in any workshop. Always select the right tool for the job and inspect it before use. Check for cracks, loose parts, or damage, and never use a defective tool. Maintain proper posture and grip, keeping hands and fingers clear of sharp edges and moving parts. Always work with attention and avoid distractions to prevent accidents. Even when using simple hand tools, PPE is important. Wear safety goggles to protect your eyes from flying debris, gloves when handling rough or hot materials, and closed-toe shoes to protect your feet from falling objects. A tidy work area also helps prevent accidents. Before and after use, inspect your tools. Tighten loose hammer heads, sharpen chisels and screwdrivers, and ensure files have secure handles. Remove rust and debris, and apply a light coat of oil on metal parts to prevent corrosion. Proper maintenance keeps tools in good working condition and prolongs their lifespan. Carry sharp tools like chisels, scribers, and knives with points facing down. When passing a tool, always offer the handle first. Never carry multiple sharp tools in one hand, and use toolboxes or racks when moving tools around the workshop. Avoid tossing or dropping tools, as this can cause damage or injury. Store hand tools in designated places, such as racks, drawers, or pegboards. Keep similar tools together and label storage areas for easy identification. Organize tools by size or type to reduce search time and prevent clutter. Never leave tools on workbenches or floors, as this can create trip hazards or damage the tools. Good hand tool management is about responsibility and discipline. Always return tools to their proper place after use, keep them clean and maintained, and report any damaged or missing tools to the supervisor. A well-managed workshop ensures safety, efficiency, and longevity of tools. Using, transporting, and storing hand tools safely keeps both the user and others in the workshop protected. Respect your tools, maintain them properly, and manage them responsibly to create a safe and efficient working environment. Using a hammer with a loose, chipped, cracked, or mushroomed head is extremely unsafe. A loose hammer head can fly off the shaft during use, causing serious injury. Chipped or mushroomed heads can break into fragments and become dangerous projectiles, especially to the eyes. Always secure the head tightly and replace any damaged hammers immediately. A blunt or damaged chisel should never be used. A dull cutting edge requires excessive force, increasing the risk of losing control and causing injury. Chipped or mushroomed heads on chisels also present projectile hazards, similar to hammers. Keep your chisels sharp and undamaged for safe and efficient work. Never extend a wrench handle using a tube or other object. Doing so applies torque beyond the tool's design limit, which can crack the wrench or cause sudden loss of balance. This can result in falls or injuries to your hands and body. Instead, use the correct tool, such as a longer wrench or a breaker bar, for jobs requiring higher torque. A file with an unprotected tang is dangerous. The sharp, pointed tang is designed to fit securely into a handle. Using a file without a handle can easily puncture your hand or wrist. Always ensure the file has a properly fitted handle before use to maintain control and prevent injury. Never use packing material to make a wrench fit a nut. Packing prevents the wrench from gripping properly, leading to slippage and potential injury. Slippage can also damage the nut or bolt head, making future adjustments difficult. Always select the correct size wrench for the fastener. Filing towards your hand is unsafe and should be avoided. The correct technique is to file away from your body. This prevents the file from jamming or slipping into your fingers. Proper body positioning, technique, and control are essential for safe use of hand tools. Always inspect hand tools before use, select the right tool for the job, and follow safe handling techniques. Small lapses can lead to serious injury, so treat every tool with respect and attention. Let's look at safety when handling machine tools. Machine tools are powerful and efficient, but they can also be extremely dangerous if used incorrectly. For this reason, strict safety procedures must always be followed. Machine safety begins with knowledge, discipline, and respect for the equipment. Never operate a machine unless you have been trained and authorized to do so. Always follow the teacher's or supervisor's instructions. If you are unsure about how a machine works, or if you have forgotten a procedure, stop and ask for guidance. Guessing or experimenting with machines can lead to serious injury. Always wear the correct personal protective equipment when operating machine tools. This includes safety goggles or a face shield to protect your eyes from flying chips, ear protection when working with noisy machines, and appropriate footwear. Loose clothing, jewelry, and long hair must be secured, as they can get caught in rotating parts. Machine guards and safety devices are fitted for your protection. Never remove, bypass, or tamper with guards, emergency stop buttons, or interlocks. Ensure all guards are correctly positioned before starting the machine. Operating a machine without guards greatly increases the risk of severe injury. Before switching on a machine, carry out basic safety checks. Make sure cutting tools are secure, workpieces are properly clamped, and the machine area is clear of tools and loose materials. Confirm that the emergency stop button is working and within easy reach. When the machine is running, stay focused and alert. Never distract or communicate with someone who is operating a machine. Keep hands away from moving parts and never attempt to adjust, measure, or clean a machine while it is running. Use brushes or tools, not your hands, to remove swarf or debris. Always switch off the machine and wait for it to come to a complete stop before making adjustments or cleaning. Isolate the power supply if required. After use, clean the machine and surrounding area, remove waste safely, and return tools to their storage locations. Know the location of emergency stop buttons and how to use them. In the event of a malfunction, unusual noise, or unsafe condition, stop the machine immediately and report the issue to the supervisor. Never attempt repairs unless authorized to do so. Machine tools demand full attention and strict adherence to safety rules. Proper training, correct PPE, safe operating procedures, and responsible behavior protect you and everyone else in the workshop. Now let's focus on safety when using a drilling machine, also known as a drill press. Although this machine may appear simple, it can cause serious injuries if used incorrectly. Safe operation requires preparation, correct technique, and full attention. Never operate a drilling machine unless you have been trained and authorized by a teacher or supervisor. Always follow the correct operating procedure. If you are unsure about any step, stop and ask for guidance. Never guess or experiment with a machine. Before starting the drilling machine, wear appropriate PPE. Safety goggles or a face shield are essential to protect your eyes from flying swarf and broken drill bits. Remove loose clothing, jewelry, and ties, and secure long hair. Gloves must never be worn when operating a drilling machine, as they can get caught in the rotating drill. Never hold a workpiece by hand while drilling. Always secure the material using a vise, clamp, or suitable fixture. A loose workpiece can spin suddenly, causing cuts, broken fingers, or serious injuries. Select the correct drill bit for the material being drilled and ensure it is sharp and undamaged. Insert the drill bit securely into the chuck and remove the chuck key immediately after tightening. Leaving the chuck key in place can cause it to be thrown from the machine when it starts. Set the correct drilling speed before switching on the machine. Different materials require different speeds. Never attempt to change speed or make adjustments while the machine is running. Stand in a balanced position and keep hands clear of the rotating drill bit. Apply steady, controlled pressure. Do not force the drill. Keep your eyes on the work and never distract or communicate with someone while they are operating the machine. Metal swarf can be sharp and hot. Never remove swarf with your hands. Always use a brush or suitable tool, and only after the machine has stopped completely. Once drilling is complete, switch off the machine and wait for it to come to a full stop before removing the workpiece or making adjustments. Clean the machine and work area, and return tools to their proper storage locations. Know the location of the emergency stop button. If anything goes wrong, such as excessive vibration, unusual noise, or a loose workpiece, stop the machine immediately and report the issue to the instructor. A drilling machine demands respect and full concentration. Proper training, correct setup, and safe operating practices prevent accidents and ensure a safe workshop environment. Now let's focus on safety when using a bench grinding machine. Bench grinders are commonly used for sharpening and shaping metal, but they can be extremely dangerous if used incorrectly. Sparks, flying fragments, and rotating wheels present serious hazards. Never use a bench grinding machine unless you have been trained and authorized by a teacher or supervisor. Always follow the correct operating procedures. If you are unsure about any step, stop immediately and ask for assistance. Before switching on the grinder, put on appropriate PPE. Safety goggles or a full face shield are essential to protect your eyes and face from sparks and flying particles. Ear protection should be worn if the machine is noisy. Gloves must never be worn when grinding, as they can get caught in the rotating wheel. Loose clothing, jewelry, and long hair must be secured. Before use, inspect the grinding wheel for cracks, chips, or damage. Never use a damaged wheel. Ensure the tool rest is correctly adjusted and positioned close to the wheel, no more than 3 mm away, to prevent the workpiece from being pulled in. Adjust eye shields and spark deflectors to provide maximum protection. When starting the grinder, stand slightly to one side, not directly in front of the wheel. Allow the wheel to reach full speed before beginning work. This reduces the risk of injury if the wheel fails during startup. Hold the workpiece firmly with both hands and apply light, steady pressure. Never force the workpiece against the wheel. Use the correct grinding wheel for the material being worked on. Grind only on the face of the wheel unless it is specifically designed for side grinding. Grinding generates heat and sparks. Frequently cool the workpiece in water to prevent overheating and burns. Be aware of the direction of sparks and ensure they are directed away from people, flammable materials, and cables. After grinding, switch off the machine and wait for the wheel to come to a complete stop before leaving the area. Never try to stop the wheel by hand. Clean the machine and surrounding area once it is safe to do so. Know the location of the emergency stop. If excessive vibration, unusual noise, or wheel damage is observed, stop the machine immediately and report the problem to the instructor. Never attempt repairs unless authorized. A bench grinding machine requires focus, correct setup, and proper technique. Wearing the right PPE, inspecting the machine, and following safe operating procedures will help prevent serious injuries in the workshop. Finally, let's focus on safety when using a center lathe. A center lathe is one of the most powerful and potentially dangerous machines in the workshop. Because it involves fast rotation of the workpiece, strict safety rules must always be followed. Never operate a center lathe unless you have been properly trained and authorized by a teacher or supervisor. Always follow the approved operating procedures. If you are unsure about any setting or operation, stop immediately and ask for guidance. Overconfidence and guesswork can lead to serious injury. Before using the lathe, wear appropriate PPE. Safety goggles or a face shield are essential to protect your eyes from flying swarf. Wear closed-toe safety shoes at all times. Gloves must never be worn when operating a lathe, as they can easily become entangled in the rotating workpiece. Remove jewelry, roll up sleeves, and securely tie back long hair. Before starting the machine, ensure the workpiece is securely clamped in the chuck or between centers. Check that cutting tools are correctly mounted and tightened. Always remove the chuck key immediately after use. Never leave it in the chuck, as it can be thrown out at high speed when the machine starts. Select the correct spindle speed and feed rate for the material being machined before switching on the lathe. Never attempt to change speeds or adjust controls while the machine is running. Incorrect speed selection can cause tool breakage or loss of control. Stand in a balanced position and keep your hands well clear of the rotating workpiece. Never touch a rotating job or try to slow it down by hand. Do not measure, adjust, or clean the lathe while it is running. Stay focused at all times and never distract someone who is operating the lathe. Lathe swarf can be long, sharp, and extremely dangerous. Never remove swarf with your hands. Always use a brush or suitable tool, and only after the machine has come to a complete stop. Avoid wrapping swarf around your hand or tools. When work is complete, switch off the lathe and wait for all moving parts to stop completely before approaching the machine. Clean the lathe, remove swarf safely, and return cutting tools and accessories to their proper storage locations. Always know the location of the emergency stop button. If excessive vibration, unusual noise, tool breakage, or any unsafe condition occurs, stop the machine immediately and report the issue to the instructor. Never attempt repairs unless authorized. A center lathe demands full concentration, correct setup, and strict adherence to safety rules. Proper training, correct PPE, and disciplined behavior are essential to prevent serious accidents in the workshop. In today's lesson, we covered general workshop safety rules, identified common hazards found in the workshop, and discussed safe practices when using both hand tools and machine tools. We also emphasized the importance of correct behavior, proper tool handling, and following safety procedures at all times to prevent accidents and injuries. In the next lesson, we will shift our focus to materials and metallurgy, where we will learn about different types of materials, their properties, and how they are selected and used in engineering and workshop processes.